Hello and welcome again. We are going to continue that adventure from yesterday, that is trying to add sound to my spaceship and try to build that granular player. I believe, yes, I believe you can hear me. Okay. Okay, let's clear this console. Let's open the script. And it's not this one. Yes, it is this one. And let's start to understand how the thing works. At this point, let me just check if I didn't destroy this when I was testing stuff. Play, continue, whatever mission. And we should hear the thruster sounds when we use the thrusters. Very raw at this point, but it's kind of working. So now we need to do that thing I told yesterday, which is play a little bit of the beginning, then loop inside the middle, and then play the end when we release the key. How can I start this? Let's see. First thing first, can I know how the stream player A, for example, dot what do we have here? This is what I call live learning. You have a list of possible commands, and just looking at the names, try to figure out what they do. Get stuff, probably not. As stuff, also probably not. Is stuff, maybe not. Okay, we have here the playing, so we know if it's playing. Do you have time set? No time. Seek, maybe. Seek probably allows us to float to position. So this allows us, let's say 0.5 F. So this jump to position, probably. We don't know yet. Let's see another one. Copy, paste. Dot what? I want to find something that is related with the play position, so maybe playing, time, no time, position. I'm actually not finding anything. So it's time to go Google it. Let's Google the thing. Let's Google the thing. Godot, C#, audio stream player position sound position. I'm not sure how I will search for this. Sometimes looking at the search results, precise position for audio stream. Let's go here. Get player. Oh yeah, get playback position. After all, it was getting something. So get player no, playback position. Get playback position, and this only assignment is called increment await. This is a method that returns a float, so this will return a number. Let's print this so we can actually see the number going up to make sure that this is what we want. Save. Let's return to Godot. And we should see in the console a number going up when we play the sound. In the console here is not called console, is the output window. Play, whatever, play. Why on? Oh yes, of course, only 0.5 because that is happening only when it starts, and 0.5 because I'm seeking 0.5, so it's actually working. Let's do a print when we stop. Copy, paste, save. So now we should have two numbers, one when we start, which is 0.5, and the second when we stop. So if we have 1 second pressing, we should get 0.5 and 1.5. I'm not sure if I will be able to press for precisely 1 second, but let's see. Let's try. 1, 2. Ah, almost 1.53. I missed by 300ths of a second. I don't know. I don't know how to say that in English. Anyway, so we actually have the position. So this gives me the position when it's playing. Let's put this cut in the, let's put this up there. We will need this update function. Probably this needs to work in the update function. Play. We will not do this way. I'm playing the sound, but we need to first set the player A and then the player B, etc, etc, etc. We can start with the player A and we play for start duration for this long. So Let's put the print here so we can actually see it running in real time. So now let's do messy code first, and then when we have the system working, we rewrite it to be more efficient. At this point, I'm just exploring the thing. I need also to control volume, so I can do a fade in and a fade out. Audio stream player a dot volume dB, which is kind of okay. The float and the get and the set, so we can actually read or write this number. Okay, and dBs. If it's in dBs, I don't like it to be in dBs, because how do I, oh, it's -80 the limit. Okay, can I do -19? No. So I actually have a limit at the lowest point, which is not normal for dBs. Decibels always goes to -infinite. I can always go -1 of whatever I have. But yeah, in this case, -80, -80. Okay, let's first try to make a fade out. After some time, we just fade out. So we need to do two things. We need to count time. So probably we will need a counter. Let's add a float counter, just in case we need to count time. And we have the duration and the fade ratio. So 0.5, 0.3. This means that, yeah, this background could be a little bit darker. Where do I change this background? Where do I change? I saw it. I don't remember, whatever. So we have the volume starts up and then goes down. This time and this time. So this is 0.5 and the other number is fade ratio 0.1, so it should be 0.5 minus 0.1, which is 0.4. We know this because we are intelligent, but the computer doesn't know this. We need to calculate this number. So it's actually start duration minus fade ratio. So let's count that. It needs to happen in the process because it needs to happen every frame. So let's say if audio stream player A get position whatever, copy. Is higher than start duration minus fade ratio, minus fade ratio, this will happen. What? Oh yeah, here. Now we need to lerp the thing from whatever we have to 0, no, from 0 to minus 80. This will be a fade out. So how the stream player volume will be equal to math function dot lerp. And now we need to do a trick. I don't remember how I solved this before, because lerp is expecting 3 numbers. Whatever we are trying to do, the destiny and how much. But this how much is it's not a fixed amount, it's a ratio. So if you do 0.5, it goes to half, and then it goes to half again, and then it goes to half again. So try to go home walking half of the distance. You never reach home. That's the problem of the lerp function, unless we do some tricks. Well, I guess I already did that. I don't remember where. I don't remember where, and I don't remember how. So it has to do with the delta. We need to multiply by delta or something like that. So where maybe is in the spaceship. Maybe it's in the spaceship script. Let's see if we have some lerp here. Lerp. No results. Can I search the entire project? Lerp. Only here. Yeah, it was not in this game. Okay. So let's do this. We need to have start duration, fade ratio. Fade ratio is 30% or 0.1% of the duration. So it's not minus fade ratio. It's actually minus start duration times fade ratio. Duration times fade ratio. So is a percentage of this number. So 30%. In Godot I have 0.1 because I mistakenly put the time directly. But let's reset this one. It will be 30%. So 30% of fade in, another 30% of fade out is 60%, and we have 40% of just playing with normal volume. Going back here. what I want to do is lerp from audio stream player volume dB to -80 by the amount of something. This is a fixed number, so maybe this times delta. I don't remember how I solved this. Delta does not exist. Oh yeah, delta exists, but this is a double, so we need to convert it to float. Let's cast it as a float. Let's do this just to improve reading. Sometimes it helps. Okay. What? Okay. So lerp from this number to this number by this time. This will take a long time because the delta will be a very low number. So if this is already a low number, this will not give us time. Or it will not give us the remaining time. I'm not sure. Let's play. Let's see if we hear something, but I will just start duration. Let's put that as I still have the seek position. No, it's comment. Okay, so let's do start duration like 1 second, because we can hear 1 second easily, and the fade ratio will be 0.5, so half a second. I will put here 2 seconds, so 1 second of playing, 1 second of fade out. So 2 seconds of playing, half of that will be fade out. Let's make sure it starts at 0. Copy. And let's see what happens. And let's see what happens. Play. Yeah, kind of works, but it takes longer than 1 second. Or maybe not. Can it go out, or else yeah, I will lose the level. No, it's not this level. Menu, station approach. Can I let me print the volume. Let me print the volume to make sure it changes position. And here will be volume. Good evening, Mr. Nuno. How are you? How late you are? 27 minutes late. Very strange. Minus 58 is not there yet. So this was supposed to go from 0 to minus 80 in 1 second. But it does not go in 1 second. So it starts at 1 second as predicted and goes to minus 80. 2 seconds is here. So it should have ended at this point. It should have happened here. Minus 80 and not minus 50. Yes, minus 80. So this thing over here is not the correct way of solving this problem. This is not the correct way of solving this problem. I don't remember how I solved this before, so let's clear a little bit this script, because we are going to ask GPT about this math function. Let's see, and this is how I prompt GPT. Normally I remove everything I don't need if I can. And no garbage, just code. And here I will explain what I will do with a comment. So go from 0 dB to minus 80 in a fixed time. And now we will explain what time it is. Start duration times fade ratio. And now we'll do another explanation, which is the next line of code. Code is not working as intended. That's it. Now we copy everything, and GPT will not give me the answer, but at least can vomit something that is useful for me to start thinking about the solution. Where is GPT? No GPT. DB. Yeah, he understands. He's not stupid. Not so stupid. But thank you. So let's see if the guy can solve this math over here. This is not correct way of counting how much time is we need to wait, because this is not a fixed number. The number needs to change over the time. I need GPT. I need GPT. It's here. Whoop. Let's bring it. So, hello, I'm doing some code, blah blah blah. I need to explain that is Godot C# 4.2. Even with this, it will not give me code for Godot. It will give me code for the Godot 3.1 in GD script, maybe. But anyway, hello, do you have any specific questions? Let's just paste the script and see how it goes. It looks like you are trying to implement the system dynamically adjust the volume. Yes. The problem with your math lerp seems to be okay. Case the factor is not being provided meaningful. Yeah, of course not. Yeah, that's my problem. It's not the correct way of doing this code. Let's see how it solves the problem. You don't need to give me the entire script, just the line I need. So, as I was expecting, a lot of code that I don't need right now. And this fact is a division, it's not a multiplication. So, fade time elapsed. And this is is counting the time. This is very complicated. I solved this differently. It's counting the time using the time of the frame. So it will increase the time, this timer, with the time of the frame. So every frame, the number goes up by something. And that something is the duration of each frame. Fade duration, yeah, is what I asked. If the time that has already passed is lower than the fade duration, so we are assuming that we are fading. So we start to fade now, then the fade duration, it will be 1 second. So now is 0.1, so yeah, it's lower than the fade duration. It will calculate the factor, which is the time that has passed. Okay, I'm understanding how is being solved. So we have 1 second. The factor should be an amount of that time, and we are actually calculating the percentage of time that needs to happen. Okay, this makes sense. Let's copy this and see if it works. But this is fading, is where? Oh, it's a new variable that it had it here. Okay, so let's do that and see what happens. Wait, he put the thing inside the process directly. Okay, so it changes this code entirely. Let's do the same and see what happens. Paste. Let's comment this part. And let's create the is fading and the fade time elapsed. See what happens. Is fading is a boolean. Is fading boolean because it's true or false. Only time elapsed is a float because it needs to be a number. Float. So now these variables exist. The guy resets the variables in the play and the stop function. So play is fading equals false. So it's not fading yet. and when it stops, it can start fading again. So is fading equals true. Or maybe it's the opposite. Is fading. Oh, but is fading is only after some time. If the audio, whatever duration, is greater than something, is fading. So this actually needs to exist. Let's move the comment lines inside the parentheses. The parentheses, no, the brackets, curly brackets. So we need this if statement before everything, around here. So if the stream player reaches the point where it should start fading, is fading equals true. If it's fading, it does the thing. Else is fading false. Stop fading after the duration ends. Well, yeah, okay. Makes sense. When we play from the beginning, it's not fading. And this does not exist here. When we stop, we stop. This should work. Let's see. Let's see if this will work. F5. Play, continue, whatever, play. So volume, position 0, volume -80. This is what we have. When I play the sound, okay, nice. Oh, but now it doesn't work anymore because we are not resetting. We are not resetting the true or false, whatever. So play, fade out, stop. Let's stop this and check the numbers. So yeah, 2 seconds, around 2 seconds is around -80 decibels. So the fade is working, which is interesting. And now let's see if we can improve this situation here, because it's a little bit messy. Because I don't want this to happen only in that situation. I want to define if it's fade in or fade out, and at which point it starts. So instead of being if time is whatever time, it should be a trigger, something that activates automatically when we reach the end of the grain or the end of the beginning or whatever. And at this point we actually are doing that with at the end of the beginning. After the beginning of the sound, it starts fade out. So this is after the start of the sound. If is fading, if it's fading, means that this one goes down, but the player B goes up. we are, yes, I'm making this script is just to control the sound of the engine. Just to control the sound of the engine. I will show you something very quickly. Should be in the desktop. It's here. This is the drawing I did yesterday explaining the thing. So we want to play the beginning, and then we want to loop here until we release the key. When we release the key, it should play the natural end of the sound. But this loop will not be the loop entirely, because we can actually fill the loop if the sound has something weird. So imagine that the sound does something like so if it's a continuous sound, we will hear that rhythm, and that's annoying. So we will actually break the sound in many parts, and we randomly arrange them in real time, so we can actually have a continuous sound without having the loop. But we need to crossfade in between each grain. This is a granular synthesizer, let's say, that gets grains from this and continuously have the sound playing without we noticing any kind of repetition. That's the trick. So at this point we are playing this and we are fading out here. So now we need to fade in the player B. So let's do that. As I said before, first ugly code, and then when the thing is working and we kind of understand the entire process, we will clear the code, or we are going to clear the code along the way. So fade out of player B. At the same time, we need to do the opposite to player B. Which is exactly the opposite of what's happening here. Oh, interesting. Let's just copy paste this. And player B goes from -80 float to 0. I actually don't need the F if I'm not using decimal places, but whatever. Let's play player B at the same time, or maybe not. Where is the play function? It's here. Play A. Now we need to distinguish between them. So we call play A to play one player and play B to play the other player. Where do I? Oh yeah, this comes from the other thing. Undo. Play. Yeah, this is being a little bit complicated. Because this play comes from the other script. And this does not need to understand how the granular system works. This just says play and stop. So this play here needs to activate some kind of system. This is not the play to play. This is to activate the system, and this is to deactivate the system. So we need another boolean. boolean, let's call it is playing. So maybe is playing makes sense. If is playing, yeah, if is playing, okay, is playing. I like to have names in the variables where the English makes sense if we say that in a sentence. So let's go. Play. If is not playing, so not is playing. Yeah, this English doesn't make many sense, but we can actually write it like this. If it's playing equals false. But this is too many keys to press, so I just do this. If it's not playing, if it's not playing, it will play. Is playing equals true. And then we will use this to calculate other things. We can actually prepare the player's ear. So put the sound there, setting up the volumes. This could happen inside this if statement, because if it's not playing and is going to be playing, we can start the player's ear. So set up the players to start. Start. Whoop. And of course we say playing is true, so this doesn't happen anymore unless it goes stopped. Now the stop, it will be the opposite of that. So if it's playing, I send a stop signal. If it's playing, it will stop. And this one is easier because I just need to stop the players. Oh, I don't. I need to fade out. So yeah. And now this play function goes somewhere else. This stop function goes somewhere else. Don't know yet where. But let's create new methods to control the players individually. So I don't know if this doesn't need to be public. Void play A. This one is the one that will control play of the player A. So this one is the outside control. This one will be the inside control. And you can actually copy paste this, paste and change the name. Player B. So the thing that was happening here, move down to player A, to play A. At this point it should be playing, it should be behaving as before. If I do play A at this point. So external command will set up the thing and will trigger the internal play A command. And then each grain will be actually playing one another. That's why we need these commands. let's see if this works or if it has problems. Because if this is working, we are in the correct path. Play, continue, play level. Let's see. Okay, it's not resetting the fade, but it's playing. It's playing. This is a shortcut. I don't remember. So at this point we are at the same behavior. It works as the same, but now we can control the play from inside. Okay. Let me think now. What is the next step? The next step, we have the fade out already working, so the next step is to play the player B. To play the player B needs to have the sound, already has the sound, but it needs to be at the correct position. Thank you. I'm not sure, but yeah, thank you. Miguel. So at this point, I need to what? I forgot what I was talking. Oh yeah, player B needs to be at the start position for the next grain. To have a next grain, we need to randomly select them. So let's do a function just to select a grain, which is picking up this point, calculating the length of a grain, seeing a random number here minus the length, so it actually doesn't select the start point here and goes over the limit. That's the thing. So let's do another function this will not be a void, this will be a float. It will return the number. It's not just empty. No, I shouldn't resolve the next. Programming a complex system as this problem. We actually need to have 3 hours straight of just thinking, because we need to solve a problem, but while you are solving a problem, you are already thinking about what you need to solve that problem. And for me to make the player B exist with something, I need to have this problem solved, which is selecting a random place. So yeah, I cannot solve the other problem before I have this next problem. Let me see if I can find an example. You are frying eggs and you need to take the frying eggs out of the frying pan. At that point you are saying, oh, I need a plate. So you just don't drop them on the floor, right? Yeah, that's the same analogy. So you need to stop a little bit, dropping the thing to get a plate, and when you have the plate, you drop the thing. And here is the same thing. What's happening here is, yeah, to do the crossfade, I need the player B. To have the player B, I need the sound inside the player B already with the correct size. And that's my problem right now. Is a tree of problems. And this is annoying because if I interrupt the thing now, tomorrow I will need to start from the beginning. We need to be in a flow. So creating a function to select the next grain. It's a float, it will return the number. It will be called set, get set, maybe not the best name. Select next grain. And it will return a float. So at this point, this is always an error until I do the return command. This is annoying. Return something, in this case void. Can I do this? No. Return 0. No. What's happening here? Select next grain. What's wrong here? Not all code path returns a value. Yeah, the value is here. Why it doesn't return a value? What am I missing? Anyone knows? So, second player making sound. Yes. Return. Yeah. Right. Return. Thank you. It happens a lot. Anyway, return 0. Okay. So if I call this, I will get to 0 at this point. So now let's calculate how much do we have. We have, let me copy this because I don't want to scroll a lot. I'll just paste here. So we need to have start duration. So we will loop from this point forward. This point is, let me get here the board again. Let me think with an image. So the start duration is here. And I have the end of loop, which is this point. This is a manual setup. Eventually, yes, this needs to be a manual setup. It cannot be automatic because the decay of the sound needs to be, whatever the sound is, can be different. So it's just not looking to the end of the file and remove some time. So the end will be end of loop start duration. So the random needs to happen behind these two numbers minus the grain duration, because this cannot be the start of the grain. This needs to be at least the end of the grain. So it's the end of the random position is this one minus this one. Okay. We need the random command. And we need to declare a random. This is kind of weird, very different from Unity, where you just use random wherever you want to have the random. But here we need to declare a variable of type random called whatever, in this case random, and we need to start the random in the beginning. So random equals to new random function, which is kind of, I don't understand why this is necessary. Why can't I just use random? For example, the math function that I'm using here I'm just using it. I don't have to declare a math function and initiate it in the beginning. So I don't understand why I need to do this for the random. Maybe it's not. Oh, maybe it's not in these libraries, and that's why. I'm not sure. So now we have a random. So we can actually random a start position. So let's do a float. Maybe not inside here. Oh yeah, it could be inside here. Float. Let's call it grain start position is equal to random between, now this to be a float, this random is int, not float. Random dot something dot next, so the next random, and it needs to be a single. So random next is numbers without decimal places, double is with a lot of decimal places. We actually need a single, which is a float. This should be called float, but anyway, single, next single. The problem of single is we cannot use numbers inside single, so it's always between 0 and 1. So we need to pick up this and calculate whatever we need. So this will be from 0 to 1. So we need to, if 0 is 5, we need to add the start duration. So if this gives me a 0, envelope to fade in and out. Well, I'm building the envelope, I guess. I don't know if Godot has fade functions. Probably not. It's just a player. It doesn't have anything here. Where is the player? It's playing, autoplay, stream pause, mixing targets. Max polyphony. Maximum number of sounds this node can play at the same time. Maybe I don't need player A and player B. Playing additional sounds after this value is reached will cut off the oldest sounds. Okay. But I can play many sounds, but can I fade in one and fade out the other? Maybe not. Buzzmaster. So I don't have controls here. So I guess I need to make the control with code. More or less. Technically, I can add an animator to this node and animate the volume. And just trigger the animations when I need them. But on the other hand, the animator is another node. And it's not a cheap node, it's a very expensive node. And if this is happening every second, maybe we will hear clicks on the sound because of having the animator. But that's another solution, maybe. Which one is the easiest one to try first? The animator is the easiest one to try first. So let's go see Let me quickly animator animation player. The animation player can animate anything inside whatever node it is. So trusted sound player, animation player, if I create here an animation, new animation, let's call it player A fade out. Let's add a track. The track will be a property track. Of which object? This object. Controlling which parameter or which property? We need to control the volume. Open. Oh, nice. This looks like it's already prepared to do this, because we have this green and yellow and red light over here. So maybe it was a good idea to interrupt me. But I don't want this way, because this is not, I cannot draw curves here. Yeah, I don't like this one, so I will delete it and I will add the volume in a different way. This animator is very infant. It's not well developed comparing to other softwares, of course. It does a lot, but you actually need to do it manually. Everything is manually. There's a little set of tools to automatize some functions, and sometimes it's annoying, for example, just to change the track from on off to Bezier curves. So I can control here with curves. I need to remove it and add it again, and if I don't know that before I create 300 animations, I will need to create the 300 animations again. The other way is to select whatever we want to select, because the animator exists here and the animation is already set in the animator. I just go to whatever I want to animate and click on the key. It will create a keyframe. It is a fade out, so this should be at 0, and keyframe. But because the track does not exist, the animator will ask if we want a Bezier curve or not. And now we have a Bezier curve track, which means maybe I cannot use the animator. Or maybe I can use the animator. I'm thinking about the time of the fade. How can I control that from the script? Because here I have a specific time. Anyway, let's create a ramp and see what happens. So I can click on this graphics button here, and probably I can. So at 0 is 0 decibels, at let's say half a second or 1 second, we are testing with 1 second, is -80. Whoop, keyframe, and here we have our curve. How do I zoom in here? There's a way of zooming vertically. I don't know. Yeah, like this. Control Alt, Control. So this is kind of nice because I can have a logarithmic curve which is something like this, which is good for audio. Maybe it's, if it's a fade out, it's the opposite direction, just like this. Okay. Yes. Every time I push the key, I talk to the animator and I say play the animation, player A fade out. But the problem is not to play the fade out animation, the problem is the time. This keyframe needs to be in a different position because it's a ratio of, and because I want to control this, the grain duration and the fade ratio here. So if it doesn't sound good, I can increase or decrease a little bit, and I just need to change one number, not many keyframes. I need to find a clever way of playing this faster or slower. And to be faster or slower, the animation player actually has a speed scale. So maybe I can use this to kind of calculate how fast it goes. I can have 1 second as reference, and then I can speed scale. But for example, if I want half a second, the speed scale is 2. Because this is not the duration, this is the speed. So it will be a weird calculation to get the thing working. Default blend time. No, this doesn't need to exist. Well, I actually, now that I'm thinking about many tracks in the same animator, I can actually have the crossfades already done here. Because if this goes out, the other goes in, and should be the same animation. I don't need to play 2 animations. I was being dumb. I need to play 1 animation with 1 track going down, the other going up. So let's add the second. I need to change this name. Rename. This will be crossfade. 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 A, B. So A go down, B go up. Okay. So what we have here, player A. So now let's add a player B. So this is up. Yes, this is 0 goes minus 80. So this one should be at minus 80. Keyframe. Yes, Bezier curve, and here it goes 0. Minus 80. And here goes to 0. The animation loops if I want. If it's that what you are asking for. Yes, the thruster sound only. Well, this is for any sound that needs this behavior. I'm doing with the thruster sound only, and then I just duplicate the entire structure to do the main engine sound. So not yet the other engine. But do you really need that complexity? Yes, because it needs to sound great. It needs to sound great. Sound is more important than the image. and I will explain you why. Sound is more important than the image because we are used to use our eyes very differently from reality. We look at colors, we look at shapes. In school they teach colors, shapes, numbers, letters, drawings, schematics. You know, you watch television and you see movies with real picture, and you see animation, and you see cartoons, and you see whatever. So the eyes, your brain, is actually used to abstract the idea with the image, but you were never the school doesn't teach us how to hear, how to use our ears. So we use our ears by instinct since ever, and we cannot analyze the sound, we cannot abstract the idea of the sound. And if you watch a movie with sound, it's okay, but if you watch cartoons, the sounds are real. The sounds are not cartoons, the sounds are real, and you only accept that because it is what it is. So if the sound is good and the image is an abstraction, that's okay. If the image is good and the sound is bad, or the sound is an abstraction, the thing doesn't fit well. And that's how our brain works, and that's why I need to have the sound, the best sound as I can, because if you don't have to think about the sound and you just accept that reality, it's great. If you hear something and this steps of Counter-Strike sounds the same every step, yeah, it takes out of the story immediately. So that's why I feel the sound is more important than the image. The image is just an abstraction. Okay, so we have the fade out, we have the crossfade. Here is the crossfade. So let's do the same curves on this side. It needs to be, it cannot be linear. If it's linear, you'll feel the volume going down here. But if it's logarithmic, so it goes -3 or -6 when this is already at -6, which I'm not sure if they are. Can I see the numbers? -21, no. It needs to be -6 here. I'm not sure if this will work. At least with these curves. We need to hear and understand. And the crossfade needs to happen in the middle, so this also needs to cross at the same position and kind of have the same curve. Yeah, if I put the control points at the same point, maybe. And this is kind of what? 0.2. 0.2 is around here. So they kind of cross more or less the same place. Yeah, it's -6. Oh, perfect. So this should be a crossfade, AB. Now let's do the other one. So let's just duplicate this animation. Duplicate. crossfade BA, and let's do the opposite. So at this point, this keyframe will be 0, and this keyframe will be -80. Wrong keyframe. So A should be at 0 at this point. Value 0, and here value -80, and this one should be the opposite, so 0 at this point and -80 here. Now let's set up the curves because they are pointing the wrong direction. This one goes around here, and the other one goes around here. So crossfade BA, crossfade AB. So A goes down, BA, A goes up. I guess. The graphics look normal. Yeah. It's okay. It's as it should be, at least looking at the graphic. So I can just call crossfade AB or crossfade BA, and the volume happens automatically, meaning I don't need any of this code, which is great. Yay. But I need to have a reference to the animator. So export public. This is to make the variable appear in the inspector public, which is the type of the variable is an animator. Animator player, animator, animation player, that is called animation player. No, and this is an animation player. I will give it the same name, the type and the name. Save. It doesn't need to be public. I can go private as this once, and I get the thing in the start because there is only one. So animation player is equal to get node of the type animation player called animation player. And we get the animation player. Now, to talk to him, we just need to call this name. So we actually need to have another animation there, another two animations there, where the A is up and the B is down, always, and the opposite. So just one keyframe is enough. So beer, do you think when beer? No beer. I'm not fast enough. If I have a beer or two or three, I will get even slower. So this stream that already has 1 hour and 20 minutes, 28 minutes, will have 5 hours. And I don't want that. So let's create another animation, new animation. This will be called only A, and we will have player B at -80 and player A at 0. So keyframe, doesn't need to be a Bezier curve here, but oh, come on, at 0. Where is the snap? Snap. 0. So volume A is 0 decibels and volume B is -80. That's it. Now let's duplicate this. Duplicate only B. And this will be the opposite. So this one will be -80. And this one will be I saved this as -80. I don't know why. Or maybe I cannot duplicate animations. This already happened with me once in another game, where duplication also duplicates the things, and if I change in one, yeah, it happens in the other. This is annoying. -80, 0. Okay, this is correct. 0, -80. This is correct. So only A, only B, crossfade BA and crossfade AB. At this point, we don't need fade out. So, and if we need later, we add that later. So now we have here the animation player. So animation player needs to go to this variable. Let's build the script. Semicolon missing here, of course. Let's build again. There's a shortcut for this. Alt P. And if Oh, yeah, we don't need to assign it manually. I forgot. I'm starting getting tired. We set the thing automatically here, so we don't need to drag the animation player to the variable, because it will happen in the beginning. This is okay. So now we just need to say, for example, in the when we start playing, we can say, we don't need to worry about volume, so we just say audio animation player, yes, animation player. So animation player dot play, and this play method is expecting the name of the animation that is going to play. So yes, I will delete the previous code, but not yet. Animation play only A. So this will set up the volumes to exist only, volume only in the player A, and the player B should be at -80. This fading situation over here, I will not delete it yet, because I'm not sure if I'm going to use animators, so I don't want to write this again. I will just comment the entire thing. So let's see what happens. And for example, at this point, if the player position is higher than the start duration, so we reach the point where here we reach the point where the fade needs to start. If the fade needs to start and it's not fading, we play the fade. So animation player dot play, and which one? Cross fade AB, and we should get, let's do something here, copy and paste, volume A, volume B. Save. This manual script does not do anything. It's not affecting. How do I change volume automatically? With script is volume dB. Let's search for this word. And yes, it's only being changed. It's not being changed. It's being changed inside the comment, so nothing happens. Okay. Save. Let's go to Godot and let's see if we actually see the numbers changing after 1 second. Play. Strange. We should have numbers here right now. Why don't we have numbers? This is happening inside the process. So it should be happening every frame. Weird. Let's put this in the beginning so we actually make sure that this happens. But yeah, it was not comment, it was not inside an if. I don't understand why it wasn't printing. Or maybe it was printing and I was not looking at the correct window. Yes, but I am. Oh, come on. Of course not, because I'm stupid. The spaceship needs to exist in the world or in space, so it actually does something. So position is the position of playing the sound. At 1 second it should go down, but volume A at 0, volume B at 0, volume B should be at -80. So something's wrong. Maybe it's in the animation. Only A. This one is 0 and the B is -80. Maybe this needs to loop. Okay, let's try see if that's the problem. No, strange. Okay. I was not playing the thing from the beginning. Only when I play, it actually set up the animation. Because this is happening. Where's the code? This is happening only when I send the command to play. Okay. I can live with that. Press the keys. Yeah. Only happens when I press the keys. Yeah. So, oh, nice. It's not working. Volume 0. It's not working. At least when I stop. And if it's playing, player A stops. Okay. Oh, yeah, I need to reset this one. If it's playing, now I need to say is playing equals false to reset this state. Solved. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't know why. Nice. Now volume A is as -80 and B at this point is doing the same because I'm not switching yet. I'm not switching yet the A and B. Yeah, it reacts immediately. works with every axis. Come on. Now I'm not testing anymore, I'm just playing the game. I'm just enjoying the thing. The stars moving, it's really difficult to see if you are rotating or not. Okay, it works. No, it's not looping yet. But I guess I like this solution. So maybe let's do this way. Let's do this way. So now I need to go find, let's go back where we were before, creating the next grain. And the next grain starts at start duration. So this will create a number between 0 and 1. If we add start duration 0, now it's start duration. And we need to multiply it, so 1 will be end of loop. But we need to do that first. So 0 to 1 multiplied by end of loop, loop minus grain duration, so we actually don't select the end of the grain, and this needs to happen first. Whoop. So let's multiply the random by this, and then we add the start duration to offset the 0. But this will not work. Let me get here round numbers. Start duration is 1. End of loop is 10. So here we have 0. If the random gets me a 0, 0 times 10 will be 0, or 10 minus duration. Duration will be 1. Grain duration will be 1. And this could be 2, just to be different numbers. So 10 minus 2 will be 8. 10 minus 1, grain duration is 1. 10 minus 1. So 0 times 9 will be 0, plus start duration will be 2. So this will be 2. Makes sense. The lowest possible number is the start duration. Now let's get to the highest number to see if this still works. 1. So the random gives me the 1 number, which is the opposite side. 1 times 9 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. So we are out of range. We need to subtract the start duration somewhere. No say. Probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Why not tomorrow? Tomorrow around 10 something. I send you a message, don't worry. I will say I'll go live in 5 minutes, so you can watch from the beginning. So the result needs to be 9 because it's the end minus 1. But because of this, we are having 11. I'm tired. I cannot think. Yeah, thank you. This is actually very easy. I don't remember how to solve this, but this probably happens. Let's see if I have a random in this one, because I already did that millions of times and I'm not to remember. Random, not random here. Next, where do I have a random? Let's search everything. Next. So many randoms. Float. No, next step. Random. Random dot next. It's just subtracting the thing. Yeah, it's just subtracting the thing. It's just subtracting one to another. So let's go here again. And this minus this. Well, this minus this, not so fast, because I have a multiplication here. Ah, okay, blink min plus random, and then so I add the problem here before the random, and then I multiply by this subtraction. So we go here, start iteration, copy, and we do this, paste plus. Okay, so this grain position should work now. Let's make the fake math to make sure. Start duration is 2, start duration is 2. So 2 plus this is 9. This happens first. 9 times 1 is 9. And now is 2 plus 9 is, yeah, 2 plus 9 minus 2 is 2 plus 9 will be 11, minus 2 will be again 9. Okay, so this is sounds good. Save. This is tested without being tested. This is good for the brain. Makes you think, makes you visualize what's happening. Instead of testing, having the bad result, and change things until it happens without you understanding why. So now we have the grain start position, and we can set the next player to this number. But how do we know which player is actually playing? Is the player A or the player B? We need to have something. Maybe we can just check if the player A is playing. Where is it here? So if don't remember the name. If audio stream player A is playing, no. Let's look at or maybe it's not displaying, is this stream? No, stream is the file, but we have stream paused. Set playing, it's just playing. No, yeah, play is to start playing. Playing is what? Get set. If true, audio is playing. Why do I get a set with playing? Maybe to pause the player? I don't know. Okay, it's a boolean. It's already. If the player A is playing, we set up the player B. Audio stream player. Audio stream player B dot seek, and we put here the number called grain start position, and that's it. If it's not this one that is playing, is the other one, we seek the player A. And now we need also to, yeah, I cannot do this way because I need to do more stuff. And we set the grain to the player B, and we somehow prepare the crossfade to work from A to B. So we need another variable called of type string next animation. And here we say the next animation will be crossfade AB. And now copy, paste. If it's the player B, we set up player A, and the crossfade will be BA. We are 1 hour and 57. Oh, perfect. This goes void, because select next grain happens here. It doesn't need to go out. The number, the thing happens. I don't need this anymore. And we have a return that cannot return anywhere, so and that's it. Well, that's not it. We are not doing the crossfade yet. So now we are at the point we are here. We select the next grain probably immediately after start playing. So this is valid. So we play the player A. I cannot do it here. It needs to be here. Player A. And here we select next grain. Select next grain. Look. Done. With the next grain selected, we just wait. Not here. We just wait. Wait is here. Crossfade AB. This is not going to be the crossfade AB. It's going to be crossfade next animation. So it crossfades from one to another, but as soon as the animation starts, or before actually, we need to play the player B, which is okay. I'm tired. I'm thinking 10 steps ahead. So this needs to be calculate that to a variable, so you can, it's me in the future, so you can set A or B. I will understand what this means, because at this point, as if player A reaches that point, but this point is a fixed point, and I don't want this to be a fixed point. I want this to be a variable point. That variable needs to be calculated according to the state, if it's playing the beginning, if it's looping, or if it's ending. So yeah, I need to put a variable here, and I need to check that for player A, and eventually I just duplicate for player B, because if the player A is stopped, this will never happen, because we also need to, at the end of the crossfade, how do we know that we reached the end of the crossfade? We know because the animation stopped. So process, we need to do something like, maybe before everything, check check if the meter is playing for A and B. And set the correct animation. Oh, now I'm doing something very interesting, which is stop the playing with the, oh no, I cannot do this. Well, I can actually do this. Stop, I will try to stop the player with the animation with animation keyframe. It's actually very easy. I don't need to program anything. I can just go here and I say crossfade AB. At the end, A is stopped. So at the end, yeah, the animation can control everything. Animation, player A. In the beginning, player A is playing. Why can't I select it? What? Because there's no sound. Okay. But let's try anyway. So audio player A is playing. This equals true. And here equals false. How do I add a keyframe? Insert keyframe. And in the frame before, oh, this needs to be a different curve. This needs to be discrete, I guess. I'm not sure how can I open this. I can't open here. Continuous cubic. So let's see, player A technically is playing. Let me put here the sound just to test. Where's the sound? Sound. Yeah. Strangely, at this point, on. Let's remove the track at this point. Maybe I cannot do this with keyframes. Off. Okay, so let's simulate the thing. Play, crossfade. I didn't notice if stopped before. Whoop. Yes, it stopped before. So it kind of works, which is nice. I can trigger a stop directly here. Can I trigger a play directly here? So playing, create track, and this one should be on. And this is a square because why this is not a square? Linear, discrete, linear, I don't know, discrete, linear. Let's see if player B has a sound. Let's see what happens if I play this one and I crossfade AB. Yeah, it works. It works. I don't like the curves. We kind of feel the volume going down a little bit in the middle. Let's do the other thing. Only A. Can I play the sound from here? Only A. Only A is playing. Create. Yes, only B. Player B. Playing. Create. Okay. So if I go to the script, yeah, very nice. If I go to the script and I just remove this line over here, I don't need to play. This line goes down and I play like this. And I don't need to worry about if it's fading or not, because I will not control that here. So I ask it to play. This is not very important at this point. It plays A and immediately prepares the next. Only A means that the B should be stopped. Then only A, the B1 should be stopped. Oh yeah, the square is a stop signal. Okay. So the playing is playing and the A is playing, the B is stopped. And the only B is the opposite. Player A, stop, create track. And probably this is not working yet, but let's see if we have luck. I actually want to see what's happening, so let's go again. F5. Play. Continue. This level will not work. It's not yet done. Let's go with this one. Now let's try to, this is super loud. This is super loud, mix target. Do I have here, let's put this lower. What are the problems? Yeah, okay, don't worry about that. Let's go to remote, music, station expansion, layer 1, spaceship, thruster, sound player. The A is playing and the B is not. And the A is always playing from the beginning. Okay, so we have a bug here. That I will solve tomorrow, session 3. Yep, that's it. Yes, yes, yes. Of course. No, I'm trying to solve the problem. And I need to stop trying to solve the problem at this point. So, thank you for watching. If you have questions or you want to participate, just comment the thing. If you know how to solve this, tell me in the comments, like, oh, there is a node called granularity sound or whatever, and maybe I will use it instead of building one. So that's it. I guess that's it. So where is my button? It's here. I cannot stop thinking about the solution. This is weird. Well, time to sleep. Whatever. We will do this tomorrow. Or maybe before I go. Let's play the entirety of the game. I will remove the sound because the sound is annoying at this point. So how do I stop this to happen? I can't. No, I will just mute the thing. Whatever. I actually can create what? No, create bus, add a bus, add another bus. Yes, and music, effects, ship, effects. Click. Oh, this doesn't go to 0. So the music stays as it is, and the effects goes minus infinite. Where is the music? Well, the music is, if I'm not mistaken, game music manager. The music is a script. Music manager. No, it's not a script. It's a scene. Where is the music manager? Where is the music manager? Music manager. Let's open this. And we have what? Yeah, well, whatever we have, we just need to send. And the music is minus 21. So let's reset this. Let's put the music here, minus 21. And let's send mix target. Yeah, it's a stereo, but the bus will be the music. Save. And the ship. Where is the ship? It's here. And the ship audio or whatever goes to ship effects. So at this point I will just mute them because they don't work, and the music will stay the same. Save. Let's test. Yeah, no sound. And the music is playing. I cannot change it live. Okay. Let's play the game once in full screen and then we end the stream because I'm tired. Let's see if I can actually play the game. General, display window, full screen. So here is free return trajectory. Play. Let's delete this slot and start from the beginning. Start game. This should be grayed. Oh, yeah, they are not grayed out because I have a variable that I can enable all the levels in the beginning, so I don't have to play them to test the next level. And I guess that's on at this point. Anyway, I will play level by level. First level is just to reach that target. The objective of this level is to teach you how to use. You can press tab key to close this panel. This is the mission briefing. Tells you what to do. And you have here reset mission and return back. Reset mission, yeah, it starts from the beginning. Then press up for 1 second to fire the thrusters and push the ship forward. Nice. And now the ints are not working also. I need to stop here for 3 seconds. Yeah, first tutorial. But flying this spaceship is not only going forward and backwards, it's also going sideways. I don't know why the tutorial is not working. I need to check something. I need to be almost stopped. Yeah. A game from the 19th and the 80s. You actually need to know how to play. So now point there. If I don't have rotation, means that I'm not rotating. So okay, I'm stopped. And now main engine only. Now let's try to get the other direction. So I can stop when I reach the target. Oh, at first try. It's amazing. I cannot do that. I don't know. It's first time it happens at the first time. Station approach, reverse thruster challenge. This one you already know. Stop. Turn. Enable the docking system. It's actually blinking yellow because it's waiting for docking. Stop, 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 stop. It's very difficult to stop rotating. Okay, I'm stopped. So now let's go. I have a limited amount of fuel, so I need to be careful. And I cannot dock at this speed. It doesn't tell. Oh yeah, the dock the station to the station at dock 2 below 0.4 meters per second. 0.4, okay. So I can, 0.4 is what? Let's go 0.4, so 0.33, 46, 37. This is the speed. If I go faster, it will not lock. So I need to go, and here I actually need to go super slow. Maybe I raised the speed I remember docking faster, but I didn't update the text. This one is the most difficult at this point. It's actually very interesting, and 20 fuel is not enough. It's almost not enough. So I need to undock from here. Go back. This I'm pressing left, left, forward, forward, left, rotate, rotate, forward, forward, left, forward, rotate, left, rotate right, okay, forward, 14 of fuel, right, right, enable docking system, go forward, it's rotated. I will disalign the ships, so let's get a better position. Let's go to the right, let's go to the left, and let's dock. I touch it. Oh, no, this will be very difficult to finish. Come on, it's already unaligned, disaligned. Okay, 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 it's docked. Let's see if I can save the alignment. Okay, maybe, why not? If it goes misaligned a lot, it's unrecoverable. And now let's go forward. 9.4 of fuel. Oh, now this I need to rotate left and move left at the same time. Go back, go back, go to the right. Okay, I'm aligned again, but I'm drifting to the left. So a little bit. Fuel 3. Oh, I will lose. Fuel 3.1. I will not be able to do the thing. I will die. Okay, I will die. Let's restart. Restart. Well, I will do it without talking because it's easier for me. And the music stopped. Let's go a little bit faster. I have main engine, yes, but it wastes a lot of fuel, so for this kind of slow maneuvers, maybe we will. Whoop. I need to stop rotating. Very difficult. I will have a difficult slider in the options that will auto stop if it's closer to 0. At this point it doesn't stop, so it's like realistic, you know, just goes. You give it a push, there's no drag, so wrong direction. We are aligned. 6 liters. Okay, we are reaching there. Slower now. And we are locked. Locked, easy out. So we undock from this door and we need to return the ship to the original parking spot, but the spaceship is moving. And this needs to happen while in frame. Can I start rotating now? Yes, I can. Stop rotating, go forward, go to the left of the ship. left, left, stop, stop, align. Okay, we are lined up and we are locked. Yeah. This mission number 6 is not yet done. It works kind of. I need to enter the orbit of this rogue planet. If I don't do anything, I just pass through it and I will drift forever in space. So let's do it properly, which is like start to fall into the planet, less speed, and I believe I'm in orbit. I'm always falling enough to keep the same distance. If I go slower, I will get closer. I'm decelerating in the wrong place. I need to decelerating when I'm at the closest point, which is here. And now it's a circle. Yes, it is a circle. More or less. Let's go lower. Even lower. If we kind of give it a little bit of break, it's faster. It moves faster. We are actually in a very low orbit for this here. Okay, I want to make a perfect circle here. Yes, we are in orbit. Let's go out of orbit so we can go to sleep and we return tomorrow. Let's point forward and let's just give it a go. Oh, no more fuel. Well, and this is how we do a game. See you tomorrow, or see you in the future.